Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Scraptember. Now today's prompt is stitching, and I'm totally cheating because I have these stars that are already stitched. I've got some photos and some stuff already out, so let's see what I can do. All right guys, so like I said, we're kind of cheating with the stitching because the stuff is already stitched. And that's okay, right? If you want to follow a prompt and you want to cheat a little bit and take a shortcut, by all means do it. It is your layout and your scrapbook, and I am batch scrapbooking right now. I still am working a lot of hours this week, but next week I go on vacation and I need to get a lot of layouts done so that I can make sure that my videos go up on YouTube. If you didn't know, I've been posting a layout or a video a day to YouTube. Sometimes I cheat on those too. Sometimes they're just little snippets. But I have been doing that for over 5 years now, and I feel like now I've hit the 5-year mark. That happened back in February. I can't stop, right? Like once you hit a video a day on YouTube for 5 years, how do you just stop that? I don't know. So anyway, this was a stencil print that I have cut out. I have used the other portion of this stencil print on another layout in the Disney Cruise album, and I just am trying to figure out how I want to make this work, right? It's definitely have a bunch of blues and greens, and I actually put this on a cream colored cardstock. It's not a stark white, and I think that I'm struggling a little bit to try to figure out what I want, but ultimately I decided that a yellow was going to be a great color for this. Because yellow, blues, and greens are gorgeous together, you guys, because duh, blue and yellow make green. And I am just really loving this. This is a mandala stencil, and like I said, this is a stencil print pulled off. You guys have seen me do stencil prints a whole lot. I actually got asked a little while ago, like, if I could do a video just on how to pull stencil prints. And I was like, yeah, just check out my YouTube channel. There's tons of stencil prints. And they were like, no, I want to know how to pull a stencil print. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I should probably do that. And did I do that? No. There's so many things that I want to do that I just don't have the time to do. And that, you know what? Sometimes that's okay too. And the thing is if I could get paid enough to sit and scrapbook all day long, as much as my job with Starbucks pays, I would do that, okay? I would do that. But Starbucks brings in the money, you guys. Starbucks brings in the money. Scrapping Reflections lets me have fun, like extra fun with scrapbooking. And YouTube doesn't really pay a whole lot, okay? It just doesn't. Because I don't have 100,000 subscribers and I don't have the stuff, and I don't take the time to dedicate, right? I can say I've done a video a day for over 5 years, which is awesome. But there are channels out there that do like a video a week and have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and all of the sponsorships and all of that stuff. But they have the time and the inclination to work on that, okay? I just do this mostly for fun. But if one day I woke up and it blew up and I was pulling my salary, we would do that full time, okay? Totally. And the house that we're moving into actually is kind of set up for that situation. It's got a whole... Scrapping Reflections is going to have a headquarters. Like, it is going to be amazing. So anyway, this photo, I'm going to shut up now and actually talk about the scrapbooking. This portrait photo is actually an up close shot of the landscape photo. It's just zoomed in. So I figured that these photos were great, not only to scrapbook together, but also overlap, because you're really not missing out on anything. Everything that is covered up by the landscape photo, you can see in the landscape photo, right? Like there's nothing you're missing, okay? Nothing you're missing. I do like the fact that there's ribbon on here. I'm using these stitched stars. And fun fact, I got these off of My Mind's Eye clearance. a hot minute ago. They've just been in my stash for a while. They were ridiculously cheap, like pennies, and I knew that I was going to use them. So I had no qualms about purchasing something on clearance because I knew that they were very usable and it would be something that I would use. I no longer just purchase stuff because it's on clearance. I purchase stuff on clearance that I know I'm going to use. Okay? Because that's the way I feel. And if I don't use it right away, that's okay. But I know I'm going to use it. It's very usable. It's not something where I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this because it's stupid cheap and I'm going to hope that there's some way I'm going to be able to use it in the future, because it's wasting money. Even if you're only paying pennies, it's still wasting money, right? I would rather waste, and I say this in quotes, money on supplies that I love that sit in my stash for a while than supplies that I'm like, oh, Lord in heaven, how in the world am I ever going to figure out a way to use this, right? It's just a matter of where you want to waste your money, I guess. So anyway, we've got those up here. I'm going to add in some stickers and some things. I'm trying very hard to stay just within the greens, blues, and yellows. That palm tree sticker just felt appropriate, even though there's brown for the palm tree trunk. But I'm not stressing about that because it still feels very applicable and appropriate. Also, fun fact, when people say applicable, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I prefer the pronunciation applicable. Do you have words like that? Do you have words when people mispronounce it, or even if it's not a mispronunciation and you're just like, oh, and you know what? You might be one of those people that hate it when I say purper, but that's a reverse keyword. So, you know? Okay, so I am looking through some stickers, looking through some last minute supplies to see if there is anything I want to add to this layout to kind of wrap it up and finish it. And I am going to put a little word definition on here. I felt like something had to be down here to kind of weigh down this corner. Otherwise, the stars just felt like they were kind of floating there. So once I have the words down on here, I'm done with this layout. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble and complain for the past literally 2 months about working so many hours at work and just sticking with me through it all. Anyway, guys, I am reading your comments. I'm sorry if I'm not responding to them like I usually do, but like I said, I'm working a lot. But I love reading them and I love having them. They make my day. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.